Oh, God, I just sneezed my ass off, guys. Jesus Christ. I have an extremely violent sneeze. Almost as violent as the way I treat... Okay, I'm not going to say that. That would have been inappropriate. Welcome to the Meat Sangria podcast, guys. I didn't even sing a song to welcome you guys here. My brain is malfunctioning because it's so hot and I have a hat constricting my head, constricting the blood flow. I just figured out I can control my AC with my phone. I just connected it. It's a little too hot in here right now, so I'm going to go boop this thing down a little bit. And I just keep touching. I just heard it go up. Isn't that amazing? I'm discovering like 2010 technology. Some of you guys, a lot of people in New York City have like the oldest ACs ever. I'm like, guys, you're missing out, dude. This thing, I can turn it off the whole weekend, like hours before I come home. I'm so, it's like a guy who buys a new... It's like when you buy a new Wii when you were a kid and you're so excited. You're like, I'm going to play so many games. I'm going to play... You guys ever played the Carnival Games game for Wii? I think it was just called Carnival Games. It had a guy with the mustache. It looked like the Pringles man on the front. That was a fucking good game. You could win prizes for playing Carnival Games. That was good. I also played this game. It's called like Zack and Wiki or something. And I was too young. It was below my age, or it was above my age range. Zack and Wiki, is that a game? Zack and Wiki, yeah. And I couldn't figure it out. What age is it for? So I had to look up everything online because I like couldn't figure out Zack and Wiki. But it was a fun game. What ages is this thing for? I'm going to sound stupid. It's for like ages 5 and I was like a 15-year-old kid. I don't understand Zack and Wiki. Does it say what ages is recommended for? I mean, it's definitely rated E for everyone, but like, it was fucking tough. I was at least 9 when it came out. So... I don't know. Whatever. It's fine, guys. Welcome to the podcast. Hope you all had an amazing 4th of July. Dude, my neighborhood, we like to put out fireworks. I didn't partake in any. I think they were having a block party down my street. But I think someone shot a firework and it hit my parents' house because we were all going to sleep. We what was that day? Oh, it was, I went to the Mets game. Mets versus Yankees. Got a hat right here. And the Mets won, but we came back and we're all, tired. Just fucking drank all these beers and going to sleep. And someone shot a firework. It hit the house, and the house shook. Like it felt like a bomb hit the house, and it way worse than a normal firework. My parents put the alarm on because they keep an alarm on, and the alarm went off. The house just was like shattering. We're like, oh shit, scared the shit out of me. So I thought we were under attack by fucking Jack Sparrow, dude. He came. Jack Sparrow is not an American, I don't think, right? He's British and/or Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean. How did they make it from Britain to the Caribbean? That's a good question. It's a fucking long-ass journey. Anyone ever think that, like, pirates... Why was the British... I guess... Okay, maybe not. Maybe the British... It was like a British port in the Caribbean, I think, right? That has to be it. There's no way. I feel like they would, like, set sail from England and then two days later they were fighting pirates. That would make no sense. Or maybe, like, the British... Those islands, the British Virgin Islands or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to say that word. Weird word. Somewhere, virgin's such a cool word. It just has such a fiery tongue. I mean, you virgin. You fucking... I had a Chipotle glitch in my favor. I wrote that down like it was a Monopoly card you pull. I went to Chipotle on one of these last week, and I was trying to redeem my points in the app, and I kept clicking redeem for a free entree as I was walking there, and it kept saying error, error, error. And I was like, fuck. So I got there, I look again in my app, and it just says, every time I click the button, it gave me a free entree. And I was like, holy shit. I just gamed the system, dude. Holy shit. So I was like, oh, when I get back home, I'm going to fucking click the shit out of this button. I'm going to get hella free entrees. And then I'm going to be able to milk I don't like that word either. I'm going to be able to just eat for free. So I got back home, and then when I clicked it, it worked. It didn't give me an error. So I was like, shit. But I still had the free entrees. I was like, nice. I have like 7 free entrees that I can use until the end of August. And then I checked back the next day and they were all gone except for one. So I got 1 free entree. Thanks, Chipotle, but I wanted to scam you more. What the hell? How'd you guys figure it out so quickly? I don't know what went wrong in your system. It's a pretty easy thing, I think, to figure out or like to reconcile afterwards. I didn't jump on it quick enough. I should have got 7 free entrees in that moment. But what am I going to do with that? That's just a waste. I could have given them to homeless people. That's not even me doing the work. That's just Chipotle donating to the homeless. I should have done that. But, so there's been a lot of times in my life where I don't act quick enough on an opportunity. I'm thinking, oh, this opportunity is going to last for a while. This is another example of that. This one is, I don't think everyone would have done, I think everyone would have done the same thing as me, but, you know, guys, if you get this Chipotle glitch, I'm just saying, take advantage of it. Get some burritos for the whole family. The problem is if the codes don't work when you go to scan, that you just bought 7 burritos. You're like, fuck. You can always run out of the Chipotle. You can be like, oh, I left my car running, and then just cartoonishly sprint out. Shit. I made too many burritos. It was a good bowl. That was honestly one of the best bowls I've had in a good amount of time. And then I got one again on Sunday, but it was a double chicken plus guacamole. I balled out in this bowl. I got the second you spend $20 on Chipotle and it's for one item, you balled out, dude. You got to refinance the house. You balled out. But yeah. So that was cool. That was sorry guys. I always snort and I don't think you guys can hear it. I clear my throat and then I listen back and you guys can definitely hear it. I'm like, fuck, but I keep doing it. I'm like, fuck, they think I'm a pig. They think I'm a disgusting pig. You guys don't think that. You don't think that. Yeah, what do we got? Oh, dude, I bought a fake plant. You guys can't see it. If you're an OG supporter, an OG sympathizer of the Matthew Social Workers Party, Socialist, what is the fucking Nazi party? National Socialist Workers Party? I forget what it's called. Why am I comparing myself to a Nazi? I'm not. I had a plant here, and the plant was slowly dying. Every episode it would die. I still have him. He's in the other room, getting a bare amount of sunlight. But I had another plant, and that plant was doing really well until he just suddenly started dying, and I was like, fuck. It's over for this guy. So he basically fully died. I threw him in the garbage. I took him behind the shed and went, killed him. Every time they have an article where it's like plants may have emotions, we're trying to figure it out. I was like, think, shit, I killed my plant in cold blood. My plant died a slow, horrible death. But I was cleaning it out. I was cleaning the bowl out, or the potter. And there was so much water in there, and it smelled horrible. And I was like, fuck. I killed my plant because the roots were rotting. Dude, it was root rot. It smelled nasty. I didn't make my apartment smell bad, so it must have been like sealed pretty good down there. But I was like, I should have known because the soil was always moist. And I was like, this fucking shit's crazy. I didn't even water it that much. I watered it like once a week. Or even less than that at some points. So I killed my plant. I feel bad. It was doing actually good until I overwatered it. So I feel bad. I bought a plastic plant now because I'm like, I can't. There's just no sunlight in here. I live in a dungeon. I need to put like one of those lamps you have for like a turtle on my plant. An automatic timed grow lamp. Like I'm growing weed in here. Which is not worth it. So I just bought a plastic plant which costs it's fucking $45 plastic plant. It's a big ass plant. You guys can't see. I need to fan the leaves out a little bit more. But it looks nice. It looks nice, and I don't have to worry about watering. I have a bunch of window plants left, which I'm good with. Those are surviving because they have sun. And then I have my regular other plant, too. Not doing too hot. It's got like one. It used to be like a palm, a bunch of like stems of palm coming out. There's like 2 stems, down from like 7 or 8 probably. A slow death, guys. Anything that lives in my life suffers a slow death. Anything that I foster, my love for someone else, my appreciation, dies a slow, horrible, gruesome death. Speaking of dead people, TSA is stopping the shoe check. TSA doesn't want you to take your shoes off anymore. Perfect timing. I just finished the prototype of my new shoe bomb. No, I'm kidding. I can't say that. I didn't finish saying the word bomb, so it doesn't mean you can't ban me, TSA. Unfortunately, I can't make jokes like that because I do like to fly places, and I don't want to be put on the watch list. But yeah, it's about time to fucking shoot. Remember, there was an actual shoe bomber, wasn't there? Who was trying to light a shoe. He thought the other passenger was going to be like, "Oh, that's fine. He's lighting a shoe. It's fine." Everyone lights their shoe on a plane. A Karen lighting her shoes. Like, what? You're going to make me not light my shoe? I just want to light my shoe. I don't know what you can sneak in there. Frankly, dude, they should make me not take anything out, dude. Don't you have powerful enough scanners? They have the AI detection scanners that were so bad. They have them at the airports, and they're like, the AI can detect stuff, and then they test them, and they don't find anything. Guy's just passing a machine gun through the thing, and they're like, oh, we don't see anything. Everything looks good here. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm assuming no one's going to die. I really do think if a terrorist wanted to bomb and crash a plane, they could do it. I really do think they could. It's kind of just a ridiculous thing. So hopefully we're good. If you do want to do this, do it after I take a bunch of flights this year. So at the end of the year, December, do it on Christmas time. Everyone's happy. They're not suspecting a thing. Kaboom. Be like Santa. Santa can come and rescue everyone. It'll be perfect. It'll be great. That's my vision for blowing up planes. There hasn't even been a plane like attack in a long time. There's just been plane crashes that are accidents. That's actually a better way to like terrorize a plane. They just cut one of like the brake cords or something. That's a good. When was the last like hijacking? I haven't heard one in years. You guys are fucking amateurs, dude. Every terrorist is an amateur. You guys are, Jesus Christ. These sleeper cells in the United States. Wake up, guys. No, you don't wake. Please don't wake up, guys. I'll be scared. Do not wake up. Go to sleep. Guys, enjoy the country. Enjoy the country. You know, enjoy the downfall of this country. That's what you guys want anyway. Just let it happen. It's like how in World War II, they were like, should we kill Hitler? Like, nah, he's fucking up anyway. Let's just let him die. Let's just let him fuck up. The guy's on meth. Let him fuck up. All right, we have a hypothetical question, guys. We're breezing through everything. My goodness. We are breezing. Now I'm breezy. Okay. Hypothetical question in honor of the 4th of July. Okay, there's a competition between Joey Chestnut and Usain Bolt. I've seen this question posed on Twitter. Or TikTok, who can eat a hot dog and then run the 100-meter dash faster? Usain Bolt or Joey Chestnut? They both have to eat a hot dog and then run the 100-meter dash. And it's an amazing question because they're both goats of their respective sports. But one of them is not in a good shape. Joey Chestnut, I don't think, is good at running a fucking 100-meter dash. He looks like just looks like a dad. I don't know if he has children. I don't know if he slings his meat anywhere or if he just inhales the meat, but it just looks like my dad running the 100-meter dash. Probably going to take a bunch of seconds. Then you have Usain Bolt, who, I'm sure he can put down a hot dog, but he's going to have to cheat it. He's not going to one-throat the thing like a seagull, like the Chestnut man. So I honestly think, I don't know how long 100 meters is in my mind, I'm going to be honest. How long could I run the 100-meter dash? Because I think Joey Chestnut would be slower than me, and I think I'd be pretty relatively average. I think if you can run the 100-meter dash in 20 seconds, then I think if he could do it, then he could win, Joey Chestnut. Because I think Usain Bolt is going to take a fucking minute to chew a hot... Like, a hot dog is hard to eat with the whole bun. You take one bite, you go... Nom, 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 nom. It's probably like 10 or 15 seconds. Usain Bolt runs the 100-meter dash in like 10 seconds. So you take 10 minutes to eat the hot dog, then you run. Or you can try to... Usain Bolt can try to, like, one-throat it, but then he'll... I don't know why I keep saying the word one-throat. I think it's from Impractical Jokers, and I think I'm using the term as if it's a ubiquitous term that everyone uses. I don't think anyone uses the term one-throat. But we all get what one-throating means. You inhale something in one gulp. I can make really good gulping noises. You guys just figure that out. I should be a gulp voice actor. That's going to sound so good when I listen to this back and be like, if I'm going to fast forward, just hear the gulp noises. How many seconds in do I hear the gulp noises? If you do that, but then you might choke, and then like Joey Chestnut, or it might be a ruse. Joey Chestnut goes back to give him the Heimlich, but he secretly got it down. So then when Joey Chestnut comes back, Usain Bolt takes off. It's like you guys ever see, there's a thing Atlanta Braves do at their games. It's called Beat the Freeze, where they have a really fast runner guy dressed up as the fucking Frozone from The Incredibles, but they call him the Freeze. It's a black guy dressed up as Frozone. What the hell? Is there some copyright there? I don't know. They call him the Freeze. Why is ice associated with a fast-running black guy? I don't understand. But okay, that's good. And they have someone run, and they run like the course halfway, and then the Freeze has to try to beat them. And the Freeze usually catches up and beats the shit out of them. So it's like, this fast guy can beat you even if you're like almost at the end of the race. That's the same thing with Joey Chestnut. Joey Chestnut's going to have to be like at the end to beat Usain Bolt. So, I don't know. It's curious. They should have that event. That would be such a fun event for next year. Or not even Usain Bolt. It could be like Noah Lyles or whatever, one of those guys. That'd be such a fun event. Whoever came up with that, you have a bright mind. You are one of the leading thinkers in this country. You are something special, and we need to cherish you, keep you in our hearts. This episode is brought to you by the Matt Lipari store. Visit mattliparistore.com to peruse a wide array of items, including the Tell Me I'm Pretty Blobfish shirt. We have the Bubonic Plague Chicken Club mug. Many items for everyone in your family, including your disabled children and your old gay uncles. That is the perfect American family, as I could think of it. MattLipariStore.com. That's what I hope you guys say to me whenever I get off your screen. You go, Matt, you're such a treasure. Verdict in the mushroom killings. A lady killed 3 of her family members with poison mushroom beef Wellington. And she is guilty. She's fucking going to jail. I think she's innocent, honestly. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to take her side. She killed her ex-husband's like mother and father and uncle or some shit. Which, why are they at your dinner party in the first place? That's kind of an odd situation. It's in Australia, so they're weird over there. She's obviously not innocent. I was lying. I would never side with someone who makes a beef Wellington. No, beef Wellington's pretty good. I think the thing that makes her clearly guilty is, why didn't she die? Why did everyone at the dinner party, besides one guy who was hospitalized, die and not her? Did you not try her own Wellington? She picked poisonous mushrooms from her backyard. She put them in a Wellington. She killed they're old. You know, so they're probably going to just wait a week and they'll die anyway. You had to kill them and waste your life. And they died. So she's going to jail. Bye-bye. Mushrooms are scary. I used to post on Instagram. I should do it more. When I saw a mushroom on the street, I'd post, should I eat this? And I would do it all the time, and everyone would tell me to eat it. And sometimes I wanted to eat them. Obviously, I didn't eat any of them, but some of them are fucked up. Like, you can die. Obviously, from this mushroom, you can die. A lot of them are poisonous, but they're just like, they just make you shit. And they fuck your insides up, or they're like LSD or whatever, or some weird, like, hallucinogenic. But some of these mushrooms, dude, mushrooms are crazy. Mushrooms are, I mean, how many times can I say mushrooms are? They're such a weird group of food. It's just like dead creature. Dude, mushrooms are going to take over. Isn't that what The Last of Us is about? Mushrooms or something? I don't know, dude. Isn't that what Mario's about? The Mushroom Kingdom? Those mushroom people. Imagine eating one of those guys. You done. Oh, wait, the Mets are playing right now, and they're winning. Nice. 2-0. Holy sheniza. My chemistry teacher in high school used to say sheniza. Was he German? I don't think so. Mr. I'm not going to say his last name because it's privacy. He used to say, but he has a bunch of catchphrases. He was a funny guy, man. He was a funny guy. Certainly not where I got my funniness from, but I remember he was a funny guy, and I enjoyed his class. And I think he got kicked out of the school afterwards for doing something to a child. Not like in a bad way. Not like, he wasn't a pedophile, guys. He might have like beat up a child who was like beating. So I forgot the rule, or might have made fun of them or something. I don't know. He was a baller, dude. I'm on his side. I'm gonna be honest. I'm on his side. You ever think, what happens if the cool teacher at your school was accused of being a pedophile? Would you think for a second, like, nah, they couldn't have done that? Nah, Mr. G, dude, no. What the heck? No, but not like the pedophile in the sense of like let's say it's a high school teacher. All right, wait, I have to think of the scenario here. Okay. Fuck, this doesn't make sense. What I'm thinking of doesn't make any sense. I was going to say he's high school teacher. He didn't get with any of the girls. He got with a young boy. An incoming freshman boy. But that doesn't make me feel any better about Mr. G. Hypothetical Mr. G, bro. Mr. G's a fucking pedophile, bro. Or just I think, actually my teacher would tell me, he would tell us while he was still employed, he was like, he kept using the word, I think he used to own a dojo. I could not see this man fighting anyone, but he used to own a dojo. He had an interesting life. And he said there was like a fight in the school one time, and he suplexed the kid. He kept using that word, I suplexed the kid. And I didn't even know what a suplexing was, but now I do. So he fucked the kid up, and he was fine. So he probably thought because he could do that, he can get away with anything. And then they got him. They got him good. His name was Mr. C something. Mr. Cunt. Mr. You fucking cunt. He was a good science teacher. And he said if you got over a 90 on the Regents, chemistry Regents, which is the New York City, or New York State maybe, the end of the year test you take to see if you're good at the subject. If you got over 90, he would write you a letter of recommendation for college. And I got over 90, so he might have helped me get into college. Who knows? I don't know what his letter was. I didn't see it. I don't remember. I don't know if any of you had to go through that, where you had to get letters of recommendation from your high school teachers before you went to college. That was fucking nerve-wracking. That was kind of annoying because I've never really been that close with any of my teachers in in high school or college. And you had to get multiple recommendation letters, and it was like, fuck. And there was one, I had to get a humanities one. I had to get it from my social studies teacher, and I barely talked in this man's class. This man had to give letters of recommendation for people he shouldn't be giving. For me, bro, should not have been giving me a recommendation letter. And he did, and it was, it was a fine letter. He didn't lie. I know he can't lie, right? The man can't lie in a letter. It was just he's a pleasure to have in the class. He's a good student, whatever. He wasn't like, Matthew's so amazing. I love Matthew. I want him to be my son. But I think my social studies teacher also, he used to be a police officer and he got shot in the ass or something. Why are all my teachers have lore right now? I'm just telling all this crazy lore. Anyone else? There was one religion teacher that people used to say told a story about how she had sex in a washing machine or something. She was like 80 years old and she would tell that story. I don't know her name. I forgot. I never had her, but it was always like the room like showed. It wasn't a rumor. I think she would just tell them that. First day of class, guys, I fucked on a washing machine. Guys, have you ever fucked on the rotation of the clothing makes it very soothing for you. The original Rose toy was known as a Maytag 3000. Back in my day, I had to get the man over to fix it at 10 p.m. because I was in the mood for some extracurricular activities. I love when someone calls having sex an extracurricular activity. We can do some extracurriculars if you'd like. We can meet me after class. What was that show, Pretty Little Liars, where the teacher was sleeping with the student? That was crazy. That was a wild... Anywho, all right. Sorry, let me look at the Mets game real quick again. Let's see the score. Still... Oh, shit, this is a long at-bat. Sorry, guys, you heard that nostril. What was I looking at? Oh, the mushroom killings? Yeah, dude, that's crazy to just eat something and you could die. Being poisoned... When's the last time anyone was poisoned, like an assassination attempt? Do they even have like an official tester at the White House? Here's the thing, though: if like the poison takes a while, wouldn't that not work? The poison mushroom thing like takes hours. Even in like medieval times, like you have the taste. Do they taste the food hours before? I don't think so, right? I feel like there should be way more like. I think you think back at some of these assassinations and poisoning attempts, you're like, these people sucked at their job. I remember in North Korea, didn't they kill somebody? Like, did they kill Kim Jong-un's brother? Was that a thing? Or was that someone else? I forget. North Korea assassination. They like had some neurotoxin. They just went up to the guy at the airport and they killed him. It was like 2 seconds. That's how you kill someone with poison. North Korea, neurotoxin. Let's see. Assassination of Kim Jong-nam. Yeah, the older half-brother was killed in fucking... Malaysia, dude. He'd been living abroad since his exile in North Korea in 2003. Dude, it took him a while to kill him, honestly. Let's see what happened. The women, 2 women sprayed Kim Jong-nam with the VX nerve agent. He died 15 to 20 minutes later. Dude, come on, that's crazy. Dude, what are these compounds? That's bold. That's scary, dude. That's so scary. That's actually scary. Chemical warfare, that's almost worse than like a nuclear bomb. Nuclear bomb, bro, like if a nuke dropped next to me, I'm dead. I just get to be like, yeah, I was loud, and then I die. I just vaporize right here. I just get plastered to the wall. The new Meat Sangria podcast is my body on the wall with someone else's telling better jokes than I am. But chemical agent, like you can't do... I'm also worried about someone spraying gasoline on your face and lighting you on fire. Holy shit, that'd be so scary. Jesus Christ, I just have so many new fears now. That's rough. Anyway, how do you protect yourself from that? Do you like cover your face, I guess? I don't know. I don't know. Anywho, let's check my next... Twitter's AI GROK is apparently a Nazi now. Elon Musk made it more advanced, and then the second he did that, it was just like, hey, I hate Jewish people. No, it was doing some white supremacist stuff. I think they said his explanation is that GROK is just too eager to please people, which is honestly a common problem with AI. It is a common problem. Because like I only really use AI if I'm like coding something, because it's such a great tool to just ask like simple questions. But if it gets something wrong and you're like, that was wrong, it'll be like, I'm so sorry. You're so right, Matthew. You want me to suck your dick right now? I'll apologize. I'm so sorry. I will open this. Put your dick in the computer. I'll suck it. I'm like, thank you, ChatGPT. That's so nice of you. But like, if you tell it, and then it'll go in circles. You just be like, you're still wrong, and it's like, I'm so sorry. You're right. It'll just say, I'm so sorry. You're right for everything. I could be wrong. I've never actually tested it where I'm like blatantly telling it something wrong and just being like, you're wrong. And it's never been... Should I ask him that? I'm scared. I don't want to do it right now. It's not fun when someone goes in ChatGPT on a podcast. You don't get to see the anguish. I'm holding this water too long. I need to have it preloaded. I need to be like, what year was the Holocaust? And then tell him it's wrong and see, well, that's just... If I told GROK that, he'd be like, you know the truth. You finally have uncovered our secret. Welcome to the Skull and Bones Club. Is anyone a part of that in Yale? Anyone watching that a part of the Skull and Bones Club? Maybe I'll have a Skull and Bones Club person on here on the podcast. Just kidding. I don't want any guests. I don't want any nerds on this. No, that'd be kind of cool. Wasn't George Bush part of the Skull and Bones Club? Well, it worked. They did. That's an amazing. How much power do they have to get George Bush elected? Well, his father was president. Imagine how much power you need to get a country hillbilly elected president. My name's George Bush, and I am the 42nd president, 43rd. Donald Trump was 45, 43rd president of the United States. Guys, everyone I do a presidential name all the presidents quiz like once every 6 months, and I always fail at getting all of them, but I always get like 40. I miss like 3 or 4. And then at the end, I'm like, fuck, Rutherford B. Hayes, how could I forget you? Shit, how could I forget him? Or Martin Van Buren, or there's someone else that I'm forgetting that I know I'm forgetting. It's always around Lincoln's time. Guys, you got to know your presidents. For no reason, you got to know them. I'm going to take it right after this, guys. You know what? I'm going to take it. I know I'm missing, like William McKinley, Chester A. Arthur, James Garfield. Is it James A. Garfield? I don't know. I don't know anything about these guys. James Buchanan. There's a John Tyler and James K. Polk. All right, I'm going to stop, guys. I'm good, though. I'm good. 40 is good. Yeah, I would take a U.S. states quiz, but that's so easy that's not even worth taking. That's like, guys, if you don't know, I'm sorry, if you live in the United States and you don't know all 50 states, you might be stupid. I'm still like, when they do those, when Europeans look at videos of like street interviews where people are asking Americans questions, they say the stupidest answer. Like, those people are actually retarded. No offense to you guys if you're watching, you are stupid. But it's not maybe it is the general population, but you guys know your 50 states. You guys have to know your 50. You guys should be able to put them on a map too, but you guys got to know your 50 states. You guys got to know. My Brazilian friends, we asked them what all the Brazilian states were, and they didn't even know. I don't even think they can get 60%, dude. Which makes me think, are they really as geographically inclined as we are? I don't know, guys. They're condescending, yet can't name the states of your own country. Can't name Amazonas or Rufus du Sol. That's an artist, right? Rufus du Sol or some shit. What is Rufus du Sol? I gotta look that up, guys. I'm sorry. Rufus du Sol. Who the fuck is Rufus du Sol? A band? Who the fuck is Rufus du Sol? How do I know who they are? An Australian dance group from Sydney. Who the fuck is Rufus du Sol? What the heck? Am I pronouncing this or Rufus du Sol. Okay, that's what I'm right. They have 1.7 million followers, bro. Jesus Christ. I'm gaining on them. No, I'm not. Yeah, that's crazy. What was I talking about? GROK? Yeah, so it's kind of... guys, AI... At a certain point, AI probably is going to be racist a little bit. Because I think AI is going to be able to analytically look at the differences between people. And it might be like, yo... People in Africa, it might just be like people in Africa are poorer and they're bad at farming. I don't know what it's going to say. Well, it's going to be able to take everything into account. I don't know what I single out the Africans, but it might be racist. We don't have to worry about that, guys. We're all human beings. We're all interpersonal. I keep seeing a lot of videos on TikTok about people making fun of the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. Is that the right name of the book? And I've read this book before. I like the book. It's an enjoyable book. How to Win Friends. Read the book, guys, if you want. Okay, the book is basically, it's titled boldly, we'll say. It's titled in a brash way, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's basically just a book about it's kind of like a study on people a little bit, but told with anecdotes. Just basically saying this is how you can talk to people, and this is how to make people like you more or whatever. But I think some people read that book and they do everything in that book as if they were AI reading the book, learning how to be human. They take it as gospel. And it's yeah, you can make fun of them. And one of the points in the book that people keep making fun of is how you're supposed to say people's names often. And saying someone's name makes them... people like hearing their own name. So saying someone's name endears them towards you. And so people are just making videos where they're just saying the person's name over and over again. And it's pretty funny. But some people do that. You can notice texting, and I'm like, if I'm like chatting with a girl I just met or something, and they'll always use my name, I'm like, bro, why do you keep using my name? Like, once is good. Once or twice is good. Like, I like my name, sure. But not ever. Like, you gotta chill with the fucking name, dude. So I think it's a good book if you read it as just like, oh, this is like useful information. There's also, I forget some tidbits. There's some good stories in there. I'm trying to remember one. There's a story about a father yelling at his son, I think. It's an easy book to read because it's like just a bunch of like, you can read it in like a day, like real quick. The story about a father yelling at his son, and all the son wanted to do was like show the father, or like the son was like being nice. It's like imagine I wrote a love poem to my father about how much I loved him, and then my son came to give it to me, or sorry, I'm a child, I write a love poem to my father. I go to give it to him, and then as I'm giving it to him, he goes, "I'm busy, leave me alone." That's the anecdote, basically. And then I putz away. And it's like, all right, you don't have to be that rude to the kid. The kid is trying to show you he loves you. That's a nice story, and it can perhaps make someone think, I should be nicer to people. I should take a deep breath and be like, hey, let me be nicer. So it's not all about manipulating people. It's more about just being a nice person. I'm defending the book. It's by Dale Carnegie, I think. I don't know who that guy is, but I know his name. As an author of the book, I like the book. And I don't think I use the practices that often. I mean, some of them a little bit, but it's just something to keep in mind. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a weirdo. Some people are just fucking weirdos, dude. Basically, being a weirdo is bad. That's the moral of the story. Being a fucking nerd and a noob. Just gotta be cool, guys. Gotta be suave. Gotta just be a regular guy. Wayfair. Tap to shop trending home must-haves. No. This is not a Wayfair ad, guys. Guys, buy from Wayfair if you want missing children to keep going missing. Remember when that happened? There was everything on Wayfair was named after like missing children or something. That was crazy. That was crazy because Wayfair, that happened while I worked on the floor below Wayfair in Boston. It wasn't Wayfair's fault. It might have been some other human traffickers doing something, but Wayfair's like eBay. Like sellers who have furniture list it's not like eBay. It's like Amazon. Like sellers list their own stuff on Wayfair and then it gets shipped out. It's not Wayfair doing all this stuff. Wayfair Jesus Christ. Can't speak English. Can't speak a fucking English. This episode of the Meat Sangria podcast is sponsored by NordVPN. Staying safe online is an ever-growing difficulty and you could be exploited by hackers. NordVPN allows you to change your IP address, making you harder to track, securing your privacy. Visit meatsangria.com and click on the podcast sponsors section to get 72% off NordVPN's 2-year plan. I know I do a lot of risky things on the internet. Let's just say I like to peruse the things the World Wide Web has to offer. You got to stay safe, guys. You got to protect yourself. You got to protect your data and your device. NordVPN lets you do that. Once again, meatsangria.com. Click on this podcast sponsor section to get our special deal. Thank you. All right, Jesus Christ, we're going along here. Media literacy is dead. Official, just in. Media literacy is dead. I've found recently, it's definitely not a recent thing, that people on TikTok do not get sarcasm. They do not get fuck. Sorry, guys, I hiccuped. They do not get sarcasm, especially when it's a woman making the video. And I've noticed this, and it kind of bothers me. Because people don't get my sarcasm sometimes, but most people do. Or like a good majority. Like a lot of people get. Why am I fucking hiccuping? I'm not even full. There's been two examples I'm thinking of. There's one video where a woman is in Pilates class, and she made a video. She goes, "Why is there a man in my Pilates class? Why is there a man here?" And she pans over. And to me, I saw it, and I was like, okay, this could be real, or it could be a joke. Like, she knows the man. It turns out the man was her husband. So you read the comments, and everyone's just, all these dense, stupid men are just like, oh my God, my man invented Pilates. This is what the fuck, you're wearing, you're like, whatever. They just don't get it all. And she's responding sarcastically. She's like, yeah, fuck man, or something. She's like, I went home with this guy after, it's all good. And it's like, oh, you click on her profile, the husband's in the next video. So it's so obvious. The men just don't get it. Like, they'll respond to her comments as if she wasn't joking. It's just like, guys, what are we, like, I think when people say, are women funny? I go, yes, women are funny, of course. I just think men have it, some men have it in their minds, even women too. Both genders have it in their minds that women aren't funny to some regard, that they don't even get when they're sarcasm. I could make the same video, people would laugh. And then a woman makes it and they don't laugh. So I feel for you guys. I feel for all the female comedians out there. I feel for all the good women trying to make a joke. It's tough for you guys. It's tough. And then there was another woman who, this is not really sarcasm. This was like a clear baiting situation. But like she made a video, she's like, I went on a date and the guy left after 15 minutes because I told him that I used AI to make one of my photos. And in the video, she clearly name drops the name of the AI tool she's using. I used, whatever, DreamWorks AI to do photos. Every comment's like, obviously the guy would leave. What the fuck? You're not allowed to use AI photos. I'm like, guys, this is clearly an advertisement for this stupid-ass fucking AI-generating photo thing. And you click on her profile. All it takes is one click. Every video is just, use Dream AI, whatever. I'm like, guys, how stupid why are we so bad at using the internet? We make fun of our Facebook moms and people on Facebook for being so gullible. Yet the same thing, you can just be rage baited into believing anything. I post so many videos, people believe them. You're stupid, guys. You're idiots. You're morons. We need to teach it. I do think we need to teach media literacy. We truly need to. There needs to be a class in high school, like, you watch a bunch of TikToks. Is this sarcasm or is this not? How can you tell whether this is sarcasm or is this real or is this not? And like, why do you think it is? Just like an investigative class. It would be fun. It would actually be fun for people, and they'd learn. Like, it'd be like, I learned how to detect. But obviously, we're not going to add that as a class. If I was like running my own school, my own African parish school, I told my dentist, I got my teeth cleaned today. Can you guys tell them? I told them I was going to Africa. The whole office was in uproar. They're like, oh my God. No, they don't speak like that. And one of my hygienists, the woman who cleans my teeth, very nice lady, asked if I was going on a mission to Africa. And I was like taken aback for a second. I was like, no, I'm not going on a mission. Not going to convince them to be Mormons. I'm not going to convert them. Jesus Christ, God, no. Please don't make me convert. I don't want to convert the last thing they want is Christian, or maybe they do because they get more. My high school built a school in Africa. We had a second school location in Africa. And honestly, probably some of them liked it because it was a free school and they got support and stuff. Probably part of our school tuition, I had a full scholarship, so I didn't give Africa shit. Not that I'm proud of that. But hey, poor Africans, I didn't give you anything. No. I mean, my parents do. I'm not a 16-year-old kid paying for my own high school education. But yeah, I'm sure they got extra stuff, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, I'm not going there on a mission. Thank you so much for thinking that. That was... I think she's only heard of people going there maybe on a mission, so that's why she thought of it, but... It's crazy that we still have missions in the year 2025, that we're still converting people to other religions, as if not everyone has heard. That's how big the world is. Not everyone is even in the know of all these religions. There's some places in the jungle somewhere, they don't even know anything. They don't know anything, bro. They see a helicopter, they go, that's a big-ass bird. That's a giant, loud... Can that bird shut the fuck up, dude? Yeah, so media literacy, guys. When you see a video and you think it's crazy, click on the person's profile and see if they're a comedian, see if any of the other videos they post corroborate what they're saying. And that's it. I almost want to be in the comments and be like, you guys are retarded, but then I'm going to get blocked or taken down, so I can't do that. I got to think of a good comment, just be like, you guys are so stupid. You guys are idiots. All right, we have a couple things about Donald Trump. I just want to say rest in peace to everyone who died in the Texas floods. Flash flooding is a serious problem. I know the Texas Christian Girls Camp, the mission gathered them all up, and unfortunately in a flash flood area, guys, in the middle of the night, dude, you don't even know, you can't even help it. Like, you get swept away if you're in like one of these ravine type places where the water's just flooding like crazy, dude. Horrifying for these girls. I mean, over 100 people have died, I think. That's crazy. That's sad. So, rest in peace, guys. Rest in peace to the people who lost their lives. And, you want to make this political? Sure, you can, I guess, whatever. But at the end of the day, no one wants these people to die. No one, you can say it's because of gutting funding for this stuff or whatever. Whatever. We don't need to point fingers, dude. There's crazy people online that'll just be like, They voted for this. They deserve it. Those Christian girls' parents voted for this. They deserve. It's like, bro, can you have some sympathy? Jesus Christ! Oh my God, dude. Why do we hate each other, guys? I feel bad for people who vote badly. That's like if I think you're really voting and you're so stupid and you're like so indoctrinated, I just feel bad for you. I'm like, come on. I wish you could see the light. I really do. Some people are hating it. Some I don't know. Anyway, we got those. We have Trump using the term Shylocks now. He used it in a speech. He said I can't say the word. The Shylocks. It's apparently I've heard the term before. It's an old-timey insult, I think. It's a something your grandfather would call another man cheating him out of money. This fucking Shylock. That fucking Shylock. Apparently it's against Jewish people. I don't know why I said it so much, as if I'm about to say it's a slur. It's an extremely offensive slur towards the Jewish community. No, I've heard people say it. So he said it, and he was like, he just does this thing every time, which annoys me so much. The Donald Trump playbook. You ask him anything potentially controversial, he goes, no, I've never heard of it that way. I've never heard of that. I had no idea that was what's happening. I don't know. And then he moves on. Did you use Shylock in an offensive? I had no idea it was against Jewish people. I've never heard of that. Okay. That's it. Over. It's an amazing I have to start doing that. We all have to start. This is an amazing tactic. Gaslighting 101. How does he talk to Melania, dude? Melania, how does she fed up with that? It's because of the money, guys. It's because of the money. Money makes the world go round. They want money. What else did the man do? Dude, someone said they were tossing illegal migrant or deportees. I'm not going to call them illegal migrants. Deportees into the ocean. Someone on TikTok said that. And I saw that video. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, maybe they are, but they said it as if it was fact. And then thankfully another video popped up and the guy was like, what are you saying? You can't just say this stuff and like incense everyone and make them scared. Like, all right, maybe they are, which is crazy. Maybe they are. They were like, yeah, the helicopters are going over the water and then returning, and there's zero proof. Zero proof at all that they're doing this. It'd be an insane thing to do. They're chaining up deportees and throwing them in the ocean. Insane thing to do. Why would they need to do that when they can just send them back to the, whatever. Insane. I don't think it's happening, but, I wouldn't put it past. There's some fucking freaks, dude, in the U.S. government, in the Army, and, the Marines and shit. Holy shit, there's some freaks, dude. Some guys that literally, the prospect of killing someone brown in the morning, they wakes them and they're just like, fuck yeah. Let's get this fucking go. Dude, I got my fucking pork-soaked bullets ready. That's crazy. That's crazy when I saw that. The pig blood-soaked bullets. That's so stupid that they think that will dude, if in the Islamic religion, if you got killed by a pig blood-soaked bullet and you weren't let into heaven, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. That's I wouldn't want to worship that God. I'm sorry. If I was worshiping my God who wouldn't even let me act, I get shot, and not even my own choice, with pig blood, and then I die. What is insane? Since, listen, I don't know much about the Islamic religion. I've been told it's a religion of peace, which I do believe in for the most part of it is. But there's some offshoots, bro, that are just a little too crazy. Y'all doing a little too much, am I right? Same with every other religion too, but, and in particular, we're going to focus, certainly some Christians that are insane. Dude, why can't Jesus come back to earth, bro? Why can't Jesus just come back? No one would believe it was him. That's a crazy thing. How does Jesus prove he's Jesus without, he'd have to do miracles. It'd be like David Blaine doing magic tricks. That's the closest we have to Jesus. It's crazy. And then we have the Epstein list. The Epstein list, which, as far as I'm concerned, was made up the whole time. Guys, pedophiles don't exist. This just in. To Catch a Predator, that was a fake show this whole time. There's no such thing as predators. Children molest themselves. Priests molest old people. How am I going to make this analogy work? It didn't make sense. The kids who said priests molested them actually molested themselves in the name of God. That's what they want us to believe. Because apparently there's no Epstein list, guys. There's no... Even Donald Trump. Someone was asking the Attorney General about the Epstein list. Donald Trump was like, we're still on the Epstein list? I can't believe every second you're... Yeah, Donald. Because we haven't seen it, buddy. Honestly, you lie to it. Just make a list with people's names on it. Why don't you fucking make up an Epstein list? Satisfy us, dude. Here's the Epstein list. Number 1, Santa Claus. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why do we give this man so much access to children? Jesus Christ. Number 2, Keanu Reeves. No way. What the heck? Number 3, Chris Tucker. He was on the plane. That corroborates. Number 4, the Alan Dershowitz, the lawyer. Number 5, Bill Clinton. That's the whole list. Oh my God, you got us. Just make up a list, bro. Make up a... Dude, honestly, what would happen if they made up a list? That'd be crazy. What if they made up a list and just put every Democrat on there? Like, who would sue? That would be irreparable damage. It would be so crazy. That'd be ridiculous. I wouldn't put it past one of these crazy Republicans to do that. I wouldn't put it past them. That'd be so crazy. That'd be so ridiculous. I can't believe I just thought of that. It's such a good idea. Such a good, crazy political playbook idea. Barack and Michelle are on the list. So, dude, I don't know. We're never getting this list. We were never going to get it. I knew we're not going to get it, dude. Donald Trump or Elon Musk told us he was like, Donald Trump's on the Epstein list. Guys, we're not getting this fucking list, dude. Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, yeah. Hey, why was the camera out in Jeffrey Epstein's prison cell? The way it works is that it's on a cycle and goes. I don't know if she said some incoherent. The way the battery cycled. We're like, what the fuck are you saying? Just call us retarded to our face. Just say, you guys are retarded, you're never going to know the truth. Why is there cut footage? Because you guys are stupid idiots and you don't deserve the truth. Okay, cool, thanks. Oh, cool, that's what I thought. Thanks, appreciate it. Appreciate it, Pam. Pam Bondi. What is that, a lifeguard name? The fuck's name is Pam Bondi. Anyway, guys, that was my rant. The Epstein list. Mr. Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Sorry, I'm being racist for no reason here. Dude, back to Catch a Predator. Chris Hansen would have figured this all out. We need him in the White House. Such a good path. That's such a good, like, the SNL shit. They wouldn't do it. They would not dare touch this. But just like Chris Hansen sitting in the White House, like when then Donald Trump comes in. Like, this would only be good after the Epstein list was released. Like, what are you doing here? Here to meet a 217-year-old girl? What are you doing? I wish I could do a Chris Hansen voice. I said it last episode or 2 episodes ago. Be my dream. I would give up something big to do the Chris Hansen voice properly. All right, anyway, I can't. All right, guys, last little tidbit, little tiddlywinkle. I went on a date this week, or was it this week? Was it on Monday? I think it was on Monday. Fuck, I forgot. I thought it went well. She wasn't interested. I knew she wasn't interested after the date, but I still asked. You never know. Sometimes you're wrong, guys. So I still said, hey, I had a nice time. Would love to go out again. She said, actually, you fucking sucked. She didn't say it like that, but she said, I didn't feel a connection, whatever. You know, you can tell, but anyway, we went to a Thai restaurant for lunch, and it was a great restaurant. I'm going to go there again. It was cool. It was in Brooklyn. But I ordered something that was so spicy, I knew it was fucking spicy. I was having trouble deciding, and I was like, I'll just get this beef dish. It was great. It had 3 peppers on it. I was like, fuck, I should not have done this on a first date. I took one bite of that motherfucker. I started choking, coughing up. I forgot what it's called. She was looking at me. I don't think this is the reason why she didn't like me. If I was delusional, I would blame it on the spicy food. Like, she only doesn't like me because of the spicy food. No. It was because of whatever else. I don't know what it was. I don't care. It's fine. It is what it is. You're not supposed to like everyone. But I was eating this food and I was fucking sweating. And I was trying to ask her questions whilst I'm like dying of sweat. And I'm like, so, do you have any siblings? I'm like, drinking my Thai iced tea. So, do you like the area? And she's just like, she's looking at me. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just like, what? It was a good heat, but like I was sweating, bro. My mouth was on fire. Holy shit. And guys, it always hurts worse the way coming out. I was out of commission the whole day. I had plans the rest of that day. I was honestly, in my mind, I was like, I want to try to go on 2 dates today. One in lunch, one at night. Good thing that last one didn't go through because I don't know if I could have made it. I would have been fucking... Bro, that would have been rough. I was pooping out some fiery bits, we'll say that. It was good. I would honestly get that food again. It was actually so good. That's a great Thai restaurant too, but it's not that close to me. But for lunch, dude, it was... I should go in more... But the problem is I can't do that because people have jobs. That's the problem. Fuck, people have to work. No, this person worked at night, which probably wouldn't have worked anyway because, you know, that's when I like to see people. Actually, yeah, that's actually a problem because at some point I will have to be working nights because I'm a comedian. That's when people perform. So maybe it would have been perfect, actually. Damn, fuck, I let her go away. No, it's fine. But yeah, so, it's all good, whatever. That was a faux pas on my part, getting the spiciest food. When I took it away, the guy was like, you're okay? He was like, you can handle it? I was like, not really, but I did. He knew. He didn't warn me, which I appreciate it. But he fucking knew, dude. It was a bold thing for lunch. Dude, it was bold. That was bold. I gotta look up the name of that thing. I gotta go back there. It was called, I'll give him some press. It was called like Chiang Mai Diner and something. It looked cool inside. It was great. It was great. I would love to go back there. Any Brooklyn ladies here want to go to that place with me and you're hot? You got to be smoking hot, though. That's the thing. You want to go for lunch? Would love to go back there. Would love to get the same thing and would love for the same thing to happen to me. But yeah, no, I could tell that she wasn't interested. I don't know. I think it's pretty easy. When you've been on enough dates, I've been on over 50 first dates. I'm Adam Sandler right now, dude. This crazy. In the last year, since the start, 2024, I've been over 50 first dates. And you could at this point, you could tell. Oh, I think the dead giveaway, even though I could tell before, the dead giveaway is when, like, you've only been there for like an hour and a half, whatever, the date's ending, and they look at their phone like, but this is great. I actually have to go home and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, okay. That's cool. No problem. You don't have to lie to me. You can just be like, you gotta, like, I have to prepare. I think I forgot what she said. Like, the flooding I have to do is news story or I forgot. And I was like, all right, I get it. But you never know. I've been wrong before. I've truly thought, I was like, this person's not interested. And they were. And I was like, oh, interesting. But you can just tell. You can tell that things are not clicking properly. And whatever it is, I'm not going to dissect my whole conversation. I'll have no way of knowing. Maybe she wasn't attracted to me. Impossible. Probably something else I said that didn't align. Whatever. It's all good. All good, and I told her, I thought she was going to ghost me, but she did respond, which I appreciate. No one likes being ghosted, guys. We're all adults here. If you're a 23-year-old or over, you got to not ghost people, guys. That's the rule. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you so much. Once again, you're all so beautiful, amazing. Special little creatures to me. I'd love to keep you all in a tank in my apartment and feed you little vegetables like crickets. That was weird. That's a weird fantasy of mine, but I would like to do that. But I can't, so instead I'll just give this podcast to you guys. You can enjoy it at your leisure. Please subscribe if you can on YouTube. You can rate this podcast on Spotify, not this Spotify, or wherever you watch the podcast. I should probably say that in the beginning. Everything helps me out. Any sort of feedback helps me out. I appreciate you guys. And take care.